Hello, everybody. Just got off work. Nice time to relax, play some games, and maybe make a new video. So, with this new Jeffrey Dahmer movie coming out, I began to think we all kind of have a Jeffrey Dahmer, don't we? I mean, someone who we simply can't get enough of, who we love to hate. And that got me thinking, who is my Jeffrey Dahmer? Well, I love history, and I love terrible horror movie levels of stuff that happened throughout history. Not approving of it or excusing it, it's my Jeffrey Dahmer. And when you consider my fascination with grotesque, terrible events throughout history, I guess my Jeffrey Dahmer has gotta be Adolf Hitler. I, I, I love watching documentaries about him, reading books about him. I have a copy of his Mein Kampf book, the military channel, all the time. I love it. And of course, this helped me in school. I excelled in history. I love history. But it turns out I have been lied to, tricked, bamboozled, and quite possibly rickrolled. Because the truth is, all that stuff is just a bunch of rotten Jewish propaganda. That's right, the Jews have tricked me. Adolf Hitler and the Nazis were good people. They did nothing wrong. Adolf Hitler, he pretty much just the German Jesus, if we're being honest. Yeah. He did nothing wrong. Or at least that's what people on Twitter and Discord keep telling me. Look, the truth is that if you spent 1 second on Twitter, especially after the Elon Musk takeover, you may have noticed that there's a certain subsection of people who are really into the whole Nazi thing. As a matter of fact, a poll came out and they asked people gave them 3 options. Was the United States right to fight Germany? Are you unsure? Or were they wrong to fight Germany? And the unsure section, as in they're not sure if it was the right thing to do or not, is growing. And I know everyone has their theories on why this is becoming popular, why this is a thing. And of course, then you have Holocaust deniers, which I wanted to make a video on, in which I would perfectly lay out how we know that the Holocaust happened like every other genocide throughout history. But then I just get a bunch of, oh, the numbers don't add up, oh, the showerhead's gas chamber story was created, the wooden doors on the ovens. And honestly, as much as I love some good fan fiction, I'm not in the mood to deal with it right now. So instead, we're going to take a complete opposite direction. A more sympathetic approach, because truth is, there are good people on both sides. And I don't believe that any one side can be blamed for anything. There are, of course, people on the far right who are neo-Nazis who support this idea and like this idea of thinking. And then, over on the left, you have people like Joyce Reid. Somebody who causes no joy in anyone and who I'm pretty sure can't even read. Ever since 2016, if you like Trump, if you're a Republican, you're a Nazi. Now, me, I always heard that and laughed. I'm not a Nazi. Although I did try to become one. I sent in my application and they sent it back. I'm not exactly sure what the reason was. Too dark? Maybe they didn't like my sense of humor. But the bottom line is, I tried. And to me, it was just always ridiculous. I'm not a Nazi. I'm nothing like them. But you turn on the news. You believe in traditional marriage? Nazi. Securing our borders? Nazi. You're against transgenderism? Well, guess what? So were the Nazis. You Nazi. And I think that has had a very interesting impact on our society. Because as much as there are people who recruit for racist people like the Nazis, there's an impact that can be had on people when you constantly call them something that they're not. I know this because anyone who has watched my videos knows that once upon a time, I may have been down with the whole LGBTQ thing, but then I had a grievance. I began to realize something wasn't quite right here. And when I tried to speak up against it, I'm a homophobe, I'm evil, I'm a rotten person, and looking back, that did make me believe that. And I became a bad, rotten person. So rather than make this a video in which I point fingers and call people evil and bad, I'm just simply going to try and make it obvious that maybe there's something we could all be doing to back people away from the edge here. Because even though I believe in traditional marriage and strong traditional values, I'm not going to start repping Che Guevara. I mean, Che Guevara was definitely against homosexuals. He was Hispanic, just like me. All hell, the Hispanic Fuhrer. No, of course not. Of course not. You know, being into traditional marriage and, you know, having traditional values doesn't make me a Nazi. That makes me Orthodox. So, I guess, honestly, at the end of the day, I just wanted to maybe get that out. Maybe, rather than shaming people for reaching bad conclusions, we could try to maybe fix why they reached those conclusions in the first place. Oh, you believe in traditional marriage and all that traditional stuff? You're a Nazi. Guess I'm a Nazi. But of course, you know, that didn't work on me because, you know. And also, there's this TED Talk out there. It's a TED Talk given by a man called Dale Davis. And the TED Talk is called Why I, as a Black Man, Attend Klan Rallies. Now, you know, just off the title, I had to see this. I put the link to it in the description. Go check it out. I think we could learn a lot from this man. Now, of course, this isn't meant as an excuse. You know, somebody who is simply being told they're a Nazi. You know, everyone has a duty to truth. We should all try to pursue the truth and just not believe what we're told. And also, you know, when you look around and you hear some of the things that have been happening and things that have been said, it may convince someone who is white that they need to go that way, that's the place they have to be. Sadly, people who are veterans, people who feel ostracized, you know, essentially just find these groups, and I know this because, you know, I've talked with them. People ask me all the time, you know, on Twitter, on Discord, you know, why do you talk to these people? And it's because, honestly, I want to know why they are the way they are. It intrigues me. They are my second Jeffrey Dahmer. Now, of course, and I cannot stress this enough, this is not excuse making. It is not okay for, if you are unhappy about something, to take it to a violent or hateful conclusion. Just like it is not right for someone who is upset about the George Floyd incident to take it to a hateful or violent conclusion. But I think rather than trying to solve this problem by insults or othering or division, maybe we could all take a page out of Dale Davis's book and try it that way, because the other way hasn't been working. Alright, that's it. I'll see you next video. Thanks for watching.